And hey, welcome back to the Alexandria Codex. I'm Alex. This is... I keep almost saying this is Fallout 4. This is definitely not. This is Hearts of Iron 4, Old World Blues. Gunrunner Deal. The group must be... Blah. The group most suited to aiding the standardization of the NCR's military equipment would have to be the Gunrunners, who pride over quality and standards above any other group in the Wasteland. By paying the Gunrunners to send experts to oversee weapon manufacturing across Wasteland, we should be able to increase the quality of our weapons in general. We can get this gone. Actually produce things as quickly as we like to be producing things. I'm romantic and bright as the moon, happy night, pouring light on the dune. I'm as corny as Kansas in August, high as a flag on the 4th of July. If you'll excuse an expression I use, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with a wonderful guy. God damn, this game makes me want to play New Vegas again. Really, it's anything that gives me an excuse to replay that is a good time. Brotherhood of Steel is offering to trade a number of advanced pre-war military discs and training guides in exchange for a series of pre-war industrial machines located within our territory. How do we respond? Now, this used to be broken. Let's see if it got fixed. Information is power. We couldn't get them running anyway. We get land auction research time minus 5%, or giving the main thing is dangerous. I'm gonna say this because it gives us that tiny bonus. Oh no, okay. Pre-war industry now properly applies to the Western Brotherhood of Steel. It used to apply to the NCR instead. After you accepted that event, it'd be like, oh hey, we got the trade, our industry's now better. So if you accepted, you got good on both ends. It's good that they fixed it. I mean, I enjoyed that it was broken, but it's good that they fixed it. Alright, we have Gunrunner Deal, so we got rid of that malice. What do I want to be doing now? So, assault on Hoover Dam is a thing that's going to happen. This emergency council is going to trigger next year, and we have to deal with the Brahmin barons rebelling. Capital Fund, Civilian Workshop. Yeah, now I guess we just start trying to pump out civilian workshops, huh? The barons gives a population boom. Drummond's army, like we were talking about last time, sucks. I should have gone Mossman's army. That was a huge mistake. I could expand Ranger HQ and start going for this, which will give us a bonus. I suppose I should do that. Expand the Ranger headquarters. Located far from the hustle and bustle of the Hall of Congress and disassociated from the NCR Military Academy. Is a small three-story building. At a glance, no one would ever suspect this little complex is the heart of the most dangerous fighting force the Wasteland has ever seen, the NCR Rangers. Yeah, it's ahead of time. I'm researching it anyway. Now you... Yep, you're allied with me. Ranger Cooperation... NCR Honors, yeah. They went down the NCR path. They don't have to. They can go down the Nevada Pact. They can start out their own faction. They can also... This is a weird symbol to choose for that. They can also go with the Brotherhood of Steel? Yeah. But typically they go NCR Rangers. God, I feel like I should be doing something, but I don't know what it is. We wrapped up all those early wars. Really, we have no ability to declare war until either war generation or war tension goes way up. Right, we need it to be at 100%. Or something else happens. The Gamma Corps. Often, mutants live isolated lives, one or two in a given community doing jobs that suit their immense physical stature. Mutants are barred from the general NCR military along with ghouls due to the impact their presence can have on the morale of the ordinary conscript. However, the Rangers have no such gripes. Let's see. One of you should give military factory. You would. But you're generic. Am I interested... Huh. Julie has monthly population bonus, but recruitable factor reduced. That's weird. I don't like you, Zachariah. Consumer goods, you never want to go up. Yeah, I don't love those. I'm gonna go with more industrialist because we're gonna be switching over to building military factories soon, and I want that done quickly. You mean to tell me that this impassable range can have factory in it? Okay, if you say so. 1.15 years. 0.15 years. Let's hop back on industry. Resource gain efficiency is important, but we're not short on resources. Our population, we don't really need to focus on that, so I think... yeah, let's just upgrade our army more. Don't like you moving on my border. I hate seeing this. I'm happy these are actually getting built. I'm wanting that production to take off a lot. I really want to be in a position where we just outnumber the Legion significantly. 90 to 190, 150 to 216. Meanwhile, I have 37. Not great. Something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. Okay, Gambit Corps is done. Ranger reorganization. The nature of the NCR Rangers is a complicated one, as it has been around for decades. Functioned as an entity separate to the NCR military. No more! The NCR Rangers shall be recognized and integrated into the military proper, serving as the elite core of the army meant to deal with any danger that's too dangerous for the ordinary soldier to deal with. This would stack so nicely with the bonuses you get from Mossman's army. I should have seen it. Should have thought about it. Alas, I did not. Oh, right. We only need 9 more for this. Why do I have 2 of these? Gambit Corps is the worst. Okay, yeah. Okay, researching stuff. What are you doing? Still taming Dog City. Yeah, okay, you're still improving your country. That's fine. I hope that Caesar dies and we fall into a civil war. That can happen. I'm just hoping it happens soon. Why can't I invite you to a faction? Base reluctance, your opinion of me isn't that great. Haida Confederation. But I'm not talking to the Haida Confederation. Okay, weird. Just let it go. That's pretty clearly bugged. I'm gonna want forces here, here. Ranger reorganization is done. Dope. Ranger propaganda, recruitable population. Nah, we got the bonus I was after. What I really want now is to start getting civilian workshops. So let's do that. Capital Fund. The city is Shady Sands, one of the largest in all the NCR, with an immense population, strategically located on the border of Nevada atop a dried lake bed, and provides fresh water to this day. It is the center of trade and economic prosperity within California. Each year, immense amounts of wealth are poured into this ever-growing metropolis, and today is no exception to that rule. What is happening here? Son of a bitch. God damn it. Too soon, man. Too soon. Okay. Gets event first battle for Hoover Dam. So, the battle for Hoover Dam precedes the actual war. I'm throwing everything we have on that so that if it turns into a border conflict, I'll win it. The Barons War. God, this is horrible timing. There's no misunderstanding within the NCR as to which border is a weakness. But the northern lands of the NCR haven't seen a large-scale military action or involvement since the NCR 80s war almost 10 years ago. It was during this time that many vulnerabilities within the NCR became clear, not the least of which was the substantial time it can take for the NCR to mobilize and move its military north. When faced with the realization that the NCR's military was largely incapable of protecting or patrolling the northern rural areas of the nation, the many influential and wealthy Brahmin barons took to protecting their own property with private military forces. Dozens, sometimes hundreds of mercenaries being paid to patrol acres of grazing land to fight off rustlers. While initially harmless, the situation had grown more dangerous in recent years as barons have taken to engaging in endless skirmishes with one another for land Brahmin, while using their political clout to keep the local law enforcement off their backs. Yet something has happened that no amount of clout can hide. The Poker family, a group of barons past their prime, openly murdered their prime rivals on the streets of Sacramento in a gunfight involving no fewer than 50 men, and resulted in numerous civilian casualties. This event ignited a powder keg should be one word here, of infighting should be infighting, not infight, among the barons, who now send, and this shouldn't have an apostrophe, who now send thousands of mercenaries to raid each other's holdings in the countryside and at various towns. Dozens of civilians have died, and an unprecedented amount of property damage has been dealt. What's more, the flow of food to the densely populated urban regions of the NCR has all but stopped. This is a disaster that must be brought under control before starvation sets in. Fuck you, game. This is terrible timing. Getting attacked by the Legion at the same time. The very helpful Rangers are like, oh shit, man, it looks like you need help. You're not wrong. Armor breastplate. Yep. Let's just go back in here, start researching 0.73 years. Yeah, let's research that. I'm not building anything anymore, so... Okay, let's just have you build 12 at a time. How about that? Read this, you... Have them deploy straight to Shady Sands? Yeah, and then we'll figure out where they should go from there. Making a new army. Yep, not building anything anymore because of this stupid Brahmin Baron thing. Capital funds done. Western Brotherhood of Steel declared war on Arroyo. Emergency Council. The northern farmlands of the NCR has been thrown into absolute turmoil following a violent clash of barons. Again, no, the apostrophe S isn't necessary. Whose H-O-S-E. Damn it. W-H-O-S-E, not who apostrophe S. So, that's wrong. That's wrong. Whose mercenary armies now rampage, stealing cattle and gunning down citizens as they attempt to gain the upper hand in a wasteland scramble for power. The rest of the NCR is in shock and starving due to the lack of produce from the north. Something must be done, and done swiftly. Watching this inch closer. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. The situation north has thrown the entire NCR into chaos, and dozens are dying each day. There's only so much that can be done on short notice, and even as troops are being shipped north, in an attempt to bring an end to the chaos, many powerful NCR politicians and military commanders have formed an emergency council to handle the situation. Even now, the council has fallen into infighting with two of the most powerful political figures present, Antoine I Flynn and Sean Allgood Murphy, clashing every encounter. Flynn believes the easiest method of dealing with the situation is simply to hire mercenaries employed by all barons and to redistribute the land to the more violent barons Simply hire the mercenaries employed by all of the barons, again, no apostrophe necessary, and to redistribute the land belonging to the more violent barons to the loyal barons, such as himself. That sentence needs some serious work. Murphy, however, believes, again, apostrophe S, not necessary, believes that this is simply a power play on Flynn's part and thinks the answer lies with outside help, namely the Brotherhood of Steel, who used to patrol and protect the region. Military commanders' presence aren't fond of either plan and now consider ignoring the council's request to take decisive action. So we can buy them out. Construction speed, get rid of buyout. it'd be Court again. This would Court again. Diplomatic Mission, Brotherhood of Steel, Exodus Wealth, Military Centers, Brahmin Bill, Rationing. Rationing would give monthly population plus 10% for the rest of the game, so that's pretty okay. This would improve relations with the Brotherhood of Steel, which, long run, we're gonna have to deal with them, so no. And this gives us elites, get more popular, national unity, but construction speed goes up, which is also quite nice. Manpower reduced, and we... Yeah, let's go Exodus Wealth. Military intervention. The NCR military is taking a no-nonsense approach to the situation in the north. Because I'm about to go to war with the Legion, I ain't got time for this. And full approval from the President marches to arrest any and all troublesome barons. Again, I don't know why they think the plural of barons is baron apostrophe s, but whatever. In reaction to this, the majority of the barons again, are taking their wealth and quickly leaving the NCR, heading for neutral cities in New Reno and Klamath. Now, I wonder if when you take this, that New Reno and Klamath get, well, New Reno exists, Klamath doesn't, get special events giving them more civilian factories. That would be cool. It'd be more work, but it'd be cool. Alright, Battle for Hoover Dam. Exiled divisions. What? Fuck. So I didn't even get an event about losing that. I've got an event in the past about winning that. Okay. Oh, this is annoying. We just lost the dam. Not great. Not great at all. And no event to tell us that we lost the dam. Okay, Gabe. Okay. I did want a harder NCR campaign, so that's fair. But still, an event wouldn't have hurt. To the victor go the spoils. Son of a bitch. Oh, and they immediately went to poking the bear. And they're going down to a worthy foe next, I'm sure. Okay, Long March Home. I get Outposts. Urban Draft, I don't really need. Heavy Core, I don't really need. This would have cored all the states in the Mojave, which would have been really good. This would have added forts, which is very good. This is incredibly good, because it moves the resources from the Hoover Dam into Shady Sands, and then this would have let us annex them. But that's not going to be happening here. Over the Mojave? Yeah, I think we do that. Because I want this done more quick. They even took... What? God damn it. Huh. Maybe there's some triggers in there that I'm not aware of. This doesn't look good to me. Yeah, we're not gonna win this. No. No, not at all. Like, I'm just gonna reset, because they have between 100 and 200 divisions. We have 48. I think that playing on Veteran and giving Caesar's Legion the bonus was a mistake. Let's just, exit this. And restart this over, because I forgot how ridiculously strong the, I'm playing as the NCR buff is. That it gives to Caesar's Legion, because in addition to it being on a harder difficulty, it just fed them too much stuff. Too much. Yeah, so let's start this over. Same shit. This time, I won't choose the wrong... Yeah. Enhancing the Bull and others gives Caesar's Legion... Oh, many bonuses. Recruitable population factor, 30%. Non-core manpower, 20%. A 20% reduction in supply consumption, their divisions move a quarter faster, max planning is 50% higher, planning speed is 50% faster, division organization is 1/4 better, division attrition is cut by 75%, factory output is improved by 35%, out of supply penalties reduced by 50%. That's just too good. Enhance the others. I'm fine with... Damn it, I think this is stupid, frankly. But let's enhance the others. The Legion getting that is just... No. That's broken-ass bullshit. I get that you want the game to be somewhat difficult, but that's just absolutely ridiculous. It's not a rage quit. It's just a, oh, well, okay, I can't win this. I guess I'll come back later. 6? Ah, sorry, we're 8 over, not 6 over, so put that on here. So I want just 2 fronts here. Assign 24 to this one, split in half, 24 to that front. Let's get Hanlon on this. I'm still gonna go offensive heavy here, because I think that's the way you should do it. And for the most part, I'm going to play things exactly like I was playing them before, 1, 2, 3. But I'm going to pick the person that actually makes Rangers better, rather than fucking that up. And I'll try to be a bit more careful when it comes to everything else. Never hurts to try. Yeah, but like I just don't see that being possible. Here, I mean, for argument's sake, you're right. But this is going to be over so quickly. It's going to take 60 days for this annexation Casus Belli to justify here. No, not even. Oh, because this was Rubicon Quest. The really rough intersectionality that happened here, Ranger Propaganda, yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. We didn't get an event about this at all. So I don't know what plays into us keeping or not keeping the dam, then this is going to be 60 months. So, okay. 124 to 225, I have 48. I can see that they have 16 here, so I need to keep a fair amount there. There's 24 there. I basically have to abandon that, so you can actually put up a front down here. You put off 1, 1, 2 down here. But with the stupid bonuses that they get, I don't think this is gonna go very well. Hey. Like, I definitely recognize that the position of the NCR early on is too strong to be properly balanced. I do not agree that the correct response is to buff the hell out of Caesar's Legion to a ludicrous point, because it's a bit much. Also, I do take serious issue with this. We have naval dominance on the Colorado River, so the Hoover Dam should not have been able to fall if I have an army of battleships, or a navy of battleships here. There's always a way. That's just objectively not true. Luxembourg cannot 1v1 Nazi Germany in vanilla Hoi 4. Yeah, we're gonna lose here. We're gonna lose. Yeah, no, this is just not winnable. No, I'm not being negative. This is not winnable. The numbers do not work here. Like, we're not gonna get special events when we get attacked. There's nothing that buffs the NCR. The penalty is just to make Caesar's Legion way too powerful. Yeah, no, this just isn't gonna happen. Like, watch. So Caesar's Legion has 17 here, 6 here, so this completely fucked. Has 6 here, 29 here, so this is fucked. This has 6 here, so this is fucked. This has 29, 30, 33 here, so that's fucked. If we look at their bonuses, yeah, okay. So division attack plus 10%, speed plus 5%. You should have... Is it not applied in here? Oh god, okay, so not even tracked in here. Oh, here it is. Enhanced NCR campaign, so that's a total of plus 35% attack. That's absurd. 35% attack is way too strong. Like, they're really overcompensating. Here, check out Legion here. Now their tech sucks, but the bonuses they get are just completely absurd. Oh god, I hope to god this gets fixed soon. The AI just making all of these. You can prepare for this. No, you can't. You can't prepare for 35% attack defense buff. It's just ludicrous. Especially when everybody else bordering you, including the most technologically advanced faction in the game, gets something offsetting that. It's overcorrecting to the nth degree. I think that there should be something closer to the penalty that the United States gets in Hearts of Iron 4 to penalize the New California Republic's ability to mobilize. That makes sense. But the mod author says, when you boot up the game as the NCR, well, I didn't want to nerf the NCR, so instead I'm applying buffs to everyone around them. No, man, no, that's bad. It should be internal issues being something to overcome, not, oh, our neighbors just turned into godlike monsters. Because it doesn't even make sense in the fiction for the Legion to be able to outproduce the NCR. The Legion's a bunch of tribes and slavers. They shouldn't have the military capacity to field hundreds of thousands of troops before the industrialized New California Republic can. It just doesn't make sense. And yeah, you can probably plan for it and adjust for it and build your army so that you can be thin enough to yada 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 yada. Nah. I haven't played with that specific thing on before, the buff the bull. I've buffed the neighboring states, and I think that's fairly balanced to slow down the NCR's expansion, but it's not like the NCR's expansion matters anyway. The NCR can't attack anyone. So, enhancing the others, I'm pretty okay with, but it won't save the Valley Bandits, or the Raiders, or anyone else, because you saw the way that we beat them and the way that you beat just about everybody in this is just sneaking around their armies and hitting up the victory points and annexing them that way. So I don't think this matters. And this is probably balanced around playing on a normal or lower difficulty, not veteran, because it being veteran, they get bonuses anyway. Yeah. Fine. I'll keep it on, but we're gonna have to do something weird to make this work. We have to take this and fortify it. What's really fucking stupid is losing the Hoover Dam with no, but it's not planning for the works, it's just, like, unbalanced. It's bad game design the way that this is implemented. Like, planning for the worst is building a good army and planning using the terrain and everything else, but that's just shitty game design. And I'm not saying this from a critical perspective of someone who doesn't understand the industry. I'm saying this as someone who works on games, that this is way too much. Just way too much. Instead, God, this is such an easy fix. Give these people event troops when they're attacked by the NCR to slow down the NCR's expansion. Give Caesar's Legion special event troops or special events for taking or assaulting the Hoover Dam, or things to make sure they stay up-paced. Don't just buff them, or buff them on a timed basis. Make this buff last a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, something like that. Not the entire game. Because this is bad. It's bad and lazy. And also the I'm a wimp no thanks option is a bit much. Like, a lot of modders are really up their own ass about, like, well, I understand.
What's up?
If you don't like my super hardcore way of playing the game, you're just a wimp. Fuck you. The game is supposed to be fun, and the difficulty in canon of the NCR's problem is internal corruption, infighting, and a disorganized military that's halfway owned by the barons. So the whole Baron War thing, the potential civil war you can fall into, great ways to nerf the NCR, awesome ways to nerf the NCR, as is the nerf to Caesar's Legion where they fall into a civil war. That's really, really good. Overall buffs or nerfs that significant are bad. I think this should be more significant. Retooling firearms production, you should probably have a penalty to manpower or something else. What about the Brotherhood? The Brotherhood's got some halfway decent stuff going on. The Brotherhood needs work. I don't know if in the recent patch they've gotten more work, but the Brotherhood just kind of... You get missions to take this, and this, and this, and then you just kind of sit here and wait for the New California Republic to attack you. The only way, as the Brotherhood, that you can go to war with the NCR in the early game is if the NCR chooses one option in an event to attack you first. But if the AI chooses to not do that, you just prepare for war, prepare for war, prepare for war, and then nothing happens. And that's the reason why I'm not going with the Brotherhood on a recording session. I played them off stream. It's just a lot of sitting around going like, oh, hey, AI, you want to attack me yet? Oh, no, that's fine, that's fine. I didn't want to have fun today anyway. It's cool. I don't want to be too harsh. The mod author's done a lot of really good work, but the balance they have for playing the NCR needs a heavy rework. And, I mean, it's not easy gimping or nerfing a faction that's supposed to be really overpowered and supposed to dominate other factions and keep it fun and playable. Because, like, Paradox had a hell of a time doing that for the United States, and people still kind of dislike what Paradox did to make the United States work decently in vanilla Hoi 4. Like, let's be real, playing as the USA in Hearts of Iron is one of the most boring things you can do. You just sit there for year after year after year and nothing happens. So, I am switching you over, yeah, good, to actual Rangers, and we'll pick the right ideas for Rangers this time. So we're going to go with Seth. We are going to do Tandy Scheming. I think it's just like one person working on this project. I may be wrong about that. They're doing remarkable work for the amount of resources, and like a complete overhaul mod like this, it's not easy. The Desert Rangers are okay. I think it's weird that they're a separate entity because in the lore they get integrated into the New California Republic. I think in a Kaiserreich United Baltic Duchy style, this change should eventually lead into them getting annexed into the NCR at the end of this chain. I think that this tree is really good. Them forming the independent Nevada Pact is really cool to see happen. The Brotherhood Alliance feels weird to me. Maybe I just don't remember that part of the Fallout lore. There seems like a lot of good stuff going on there. The Brotherhood, they're fun, but like it's really hard to make them fun in a game like this when a lot of the Brotherhood's whole deal is isolationism. I cannot wait until they make the Washington Brotherhood have a unique tree, because the Washington Brotherhood, you get the whole cool like power armor and high tech, but also like no regard for being isolationist and conquering shit. Like, this is my favorite faction by far. The Trollborn was a lot of fun to play as. I really like their tree and the idea behind them. Like, there's a lot of really good intentions and work in here. I just think the number balance here is a little off. Which, if that's the worst critique I can give, that's fine. The overall game design of this mod is very good. Like, just very, very good. Help back our troops, because losing manpower on that isn't worth it, because going for... You need Council Bill, yeah. Because, yeah, I don't know. Caesar's Legion should have some sort of mechanics built into conquering, like, the Twisted Hairs, having event troops that appear. The Enclave is garbage right now, unfortunately. You can form the Enclave as either New Reno, or if the New California Republic gets in a civil war, the Enclave becomes playable, but they don't yet have unique, focus trees. Now, that's not their fault. Hearts of Iron can't yet support having dynamic focus trees. I'm hoping that the mod author is just waiting for the next expansion to come out and having New Reno, if you do what you need to do in here to become the Enclave, and I won't spoil that necessarily, then you can get a new tech tree, or focus tree. I will definitely play them if that's integrated. I played as the Enclave before. Basically, you just, like, take over this area, but you're a purple New Reno. It's a little disappointing. And the one that spawns from the NCR Civil War doesn't have a unique focus tree at all, which is okay. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Now, I have nothing but respect. I wouldn't be critiquing something if I didn't have respect for it. Like, as an artist, as a designer, as a fan, me commenting on something means I care about it and I'm invested in it and I'm interested in it. If I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Huh, cool. Oh, alright, or something like that, that means I don't care. That means I'm not actually into it at all. So if I'm whining and complaining, you know it's because I actually care. So we're going with Hanson here, Ranger deployment. Which, you know, is a little counterintuitive. But oftentimes, I think you'll find that a lot of people who comment in forums, on subreddits, etc., complaining about something, are some of the people who care the most about it. And under the right light, in the right circumstances, can be really, really valuable members of the community. Yeah. There's a lot of promise for this mod. It's very early days. This is alpha. You know, they hope to add in the Midwest and the East Coast and do more with Canada, do more with Mexico, which is awesome. I'm curious about Hawaii. Because it's here. Yeah, they have plans to add in the East Coast. I think that they should, but it gets a little tricky, right? Because the fate of the DC region and Massachusetts is kind of in doubt. Like, this whole area has a big question mark over it, basically, because of the choices you either took or didn't take in Fallout 3, and the choices you did or did not take in Fallout 4. But I think they can find a way around it. It'll be really cool if they find ways for the different Brotherhoods of Steels to interact with each other. And there's a little interaction between the Mojave chapter and between the Western Brotherhood via this chain? Chain. Yeah, this. But it needs fleshing out. In fact, some of those don't even have text in them yet. But again, I'm fairly sure. Here, let's check. Make sure I'm not lying about this. Steam Workshop, browse, subscribed items, Old World Blues. Old World Blues is created by Lunibin, Jin, Antonius Magnus, IOU, Chakula, Zapdude, David Cameron, and Nakano. They are the team. But there's some serious typos and work that needs to be done, especially when you get a team this big. If you have more than 2 or 3 people working on a project together, half of the fucking work comes from just coordinating people. And that is agonizing. Especially when you're like, okay, I want to sit down and get work done. but instead I need to wrangle everybody I'm working with. That can be quite frustrating. They've done good work, and I'm sure they'll continue to do this. Let's march you straight down here. Alright. I think Kaiserreich really sets an unfair standard for other mods out there, because it's so damn good. But Kaiserreich has the experience of being a mod it actively worked on for years, right? I mean, it used to be a mod in Hoi 3, and even Hoi 2. Oh god, Hoi 3 was a mistake, but Hoi 2, they have been working on it since then, so having their team be that experience is a huge benefit for them. But they're still doing massive reworks. Yep, I'm glad they fixed this. I was talking about this earlier. That used to be bugged. It's better. I think that over Blue's, let's check the page. I mean, it's an alpha 1.0.10.5. Man, that is quite the alpha version. I think it got, posted when? Yeah, February 19th. It hasn't even been up for a month. So, the criticisms don't mean that this is a bad project. It means it's really early on, and they're doing their best. There's a hell of a lot of work to do, and they're good people doing it. Listen, okay, alright, Mossman, the Ranger. That event, I think, needs to emphasize that your choice is not just affecting this, but it also affects this. But that's just me. And me making a mistake and feeling like I should have seen it coming.
Hey.
Big mods like this are not easy. I know that seems like common sense, like, yeah, no kidding, Alex, they're definitely not easy. Otherwise everyone would do them, but sincerely, it's very impressive work. Making mods for Paradox games isn't the most difficult thing. Paradox makes a great deal of effort in making their mods intuitive and understandable and accessible. But still learning somebody else's game logic and then making it work for you, very tricky. Now, the game's going to be very, very different adding in the Midwest and the East Coast, because keeping the AI Caesar's Legion, or a player Caesar's Legion, from instead of attacking the NCR, going east, that would be very interesting. Like, you're going to have to invent something in here as a counterbalance to Caesar's Legion, otherwise they're just going to run over the Midwest. And, well, okay, that's fair, but they're going to have to come up with creative ways to establish why, you know, the NCR and Caesar's Legion are some of the biggest powers out here, and either slow down movement speed or set up systems similar to Mu and taxes for EU4, where the further you get from your capital, the greater penalties you have to having a state, something like that. I don't know. Fallout is a really interesting setting in that it has a lot of technological marvels, but the infrastructure and meaning literal physical infrastructure and political infrastructure necessary to maintain and build a country, is gone. In this game, the generic idea trees, or focus trees, are really good in kind of capturing that spirit of you're a new founded community coming out of this post-apocalyptic waste and you're trying to make something new. It captures that really, really well, and it translates that fairly well into gameplay as well. But yeah, man, it's not easy what they're trying to do here. I just think that this is way overcorrecting. Caesar's Legion is already pretty powerful. Now, Caesar's Legion, even with all the buffs it would get, a major downside to it is Cold Mars C is incredibly good. This is just, like, real good anyway, but they have rejection of automation, That gives them civilian good factories plus 10%, which is pretty bad, but if you're playing on a harder difficulty, this is offset. Research time for energy, weapons, and robotics is down. Your military and civilian factory construction speed is horrible, but you can get out of that if you, No, not Legion Reborn. Modern military? Oh, who is it? Is it one of you that gets rid of it? Mary? No. Is in the Civil War that you get rid of it. Yeah, Civil War. If you go with the Brotherhood of Mars, you can just reject, or get rid of the rejection of automation, which is looking amazing. So, Caesar's Legion has this major impediment that they have to overcome. But they have all the time in the world to do it because they're not going to be attacked by the NCR, right? The NCR can't attack them, can't make the first move. So the NCR is just stuck here on the defensive, giving Caesar's Legion the benefit of choosing their moment, which is really an advantage for Caesar's Legion. Yeah, it'd be... I don't know about a pre-war version of the mod, because... You know, the last war in Fallout ended with a nuclear exchange that wiped everyone out. The entire point of the Fallout franchise is that conventional war didn't work, and that an exchange of nuclear arms was an unwinnable war. But that despite that, people will still fight amongst each other and yada yada yada. It'd be cool, it'd be interesting, but you'd have to set up a sort of doomsday clock with nuclear weapons, like Rise of Nations, I think, had something like this, where you can only use a certain number of nuclear weapons or else everyone lost the game. I think you would have to institute something like that. And really that's the same sort of thing Paradox would have had to introduce if they were working on a Cold War mod. That's the reason, one of the reasons why Paradox canceled their Cold War projects, because they're not fun, unfortunately. A Hearts of Iron style game set in the Cold War isn't fun, because the whole spirit of the Cold War is that you can wipe these people out, but if you do, they'll wipe you out. So it's, you can fight a war, but you don't want to fight a war. But in a Hoi-style game, the game is all about, like, upgrading your troops and building armies and tactical positioning and strategic designs and etc, 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 but then never using it, which doesn't make fun gameplay, and it doesn't make a fun life either. I mean, it was a very traumatic political period for the world. In retrospect, it seems cool and interesting because, you know, we have the might of the Soviet Union and the military-industrial complex of the United States, absolute titans, coming to conflict with one another. And in the context of Fallout, we have, you know, the United States of America and the People's Republic of China doing the same thing. But the lesson is supposed to be that as soon as you fight the war, you've lost the war. And Hoi doesn't lend itself very well to intrigue and espionage. Be very interesting to see a game built from the ground up focused on Cold War mechanics. I mean, you have like board games, like card games like, oh my god, what is it called? I have it in my Steam library. Twilight Struggle? Twilight Struggle is a really, really good Cold War simulation game. It's somewhat randomized, but it captures that feeling of like making strategic decisions and fighting proxy wars and like slowly trying to ramp things up but not too much, and then trying to strike a balance between you know, raising the DEFCON level a little bit and starting tension in this part of the world, which will relieve tension over here, and etc, etc, etc. It's a good game. But yeah, I was disappointed when Paradox didn't push through that project. It's been a couple years since then, but it's very understandable. Very, very understandable. Hanlon, War Hero, let's go, boy. I mean, in the context of Hearts of Iron, the way to beat a power like the United States, once they're up and going, is not to fight them. you beat them by getting at them before they're ready. So for a player playing Caesar's Legion, for example, the way to win is not hit the New California Republic as soon as your decision becomes available. The way to win is to wait until the Brahmin Baron Wars sparks off, or something like that happens, and then take advantage of the situation to move in. 24 divided by, it's like 8? Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There. Let's get convoys going. Yeah, alright, cool. That's done. Move that up, move that up, move that up. Nope. The NCR's had a lot of love put into it, and a lot of balance strived for. I don't envy them having to model this. But it's doable. I mean, for fuck's sake, if Kaiserreich can pull off the ridiculous wars that they have going on, 3 front wars, 3-way civil wars, and the existing game code, you can pull off a Cold War border war between Caesar's Legion and the NCR. Like, the very elegant way that they have the NCR and the Mojave chapter having an ongoing border conflict is really good. They extended something like that to the Hoover Dam. Man, I'll be honest, the biggest thing I was irked about was not the bonus that they got, which was bullshit and just untenable and completely unengageable. The problem I had was Hoover Dam just disappearing for no descriptive reason. Like, oh, okay, I guess I don't have that anymore. Cool. If you say so, game. Like, we didn't even get a notification like, oh no, we've lost the dam. It's just like, oh, it's gone. So, Caesar's Landing here, Tumblehome, I wonder if we can prevent that by founding Port Aradesh or doing these other events? I don't know. Oh, I should have opened the Long 15. Oh, well, that's fine. Let's just deploy these instantly, give them time to rebuild. You, my dude, are gonna push into... Nah. Again, a major bug in this mod is the way that wastelands are treated as proper provinces.
What's up?
That needs to be addressed. Like, the fact that I can build factories in the Kingston range, or something like that. It says Impassable Wasteland, and it acts like Impassable Wasteland, but then you can get around that. Also, the way that front lines break in here a lot, and the way we were seeing earlier multiple times in Baja, needs to be adjusted, because I don't think the AI's good at dealing with that. And also, just for a player, which is probably more important, it's just irritating. And typically, you don't want to annoy people when you're making a product for fun. Let's open the Long 15. Now, maybe I should just focus on all of these. Well, thanks for following. Why am I not seeing that on here? Moobot is just on the game. Thanks for following, Sir UN. It should be popping up here eventually, but Streamlabs tends to be slower than Moobot, for whatever reason. Well, I guess that makes sense, right? Moobot's hanging out in chat, whereas Streamlabs is just creeping on the stream. That doesn't make sense. Moore's cool. Daughtry's better, right? I don't think that this mod is hard yet. Last time we played as the Troll Warren, and we absolutely wrecked everything with them hilariously, because Super Mutant Behemoths are treated as armor. And if you stack on armor bonuses, they just become monstrous creatures. Are they gone? Holy shit, the Troll Warren got eaten. That's sad. Rest in peace, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna fortify it. I don't know if that plays into the event at all, but I'm hoping that it does, because I feel a little shafted. You... Yeah, you start on Undisturbed Isolation, which should be a big enough penalty, right? Look at this. Civilian factory construction speed, minus 50%. Now, to be fair, the Legion has something giving minus 75%, so that's a fairly significant difference. And, like, this is pretty noteworthy. You can't actually go to war with New Vegas as the NCR. There's no event to allow you to attack New Vegas properly. There are events, or, focuses that allow... Ooh, they've gone under new management. That allow them to attack us. You can Vegas NCR deal, get a non-aggression pact type dealio in here. But yeah, that we'll swoop through, take all this because we have focuses to do that. But the NCR, after you take this and after you take this, no longer has the ability to declare war on anyone until this hits 100%. Which might take a few minutes. It may take a bit. Just go for that. You might be able to pull that off. Yeah, okay. So this war should be easy, right? Like, the NCR has this. The Scorpions are a ragtag number of gangs, just sitting along the border here, trading in drugs, guns, and other stuff. So an organized, centralized nation, state? Are they a nation or are they a state? They're a state. They're not a nation. The NCR is not based on a nationality, so they're a state, not a nation. Should be easily able to wipe them out.
What's up?
Which does, I mean, it makes this very hard to balance, right?
Uh-huh.
Because how the hell, as a minor power, can you stand up to larger powers? Frankly, you can't. Playing as the Twisted Hairs, and here, you cannot beat Caesar's Legion. You just lose every game. The game is, oh hey, I'm being attacked by something with 5 times my number and better technology. Now I have no terrain to play with, and no forts to play with, and no industry or economy to play with. I just lose. A lot of the balance of Old World Blues is non-existent. It's more focused on making historical events happen, which is fine, which is totally fine, and why I think the whole give a buff to the Caesar's Legion thing is dumb bullshit. The real solution is making the AI of the game better, but I know that's kind of outside the scope of the game. Rebuild the Long 15. Now, they have added new models into the game, like, look at the NCR down here. The Legion still look kind of generic-y, but they're working on them. I think? No, hold on. The Legion are done already. That's just a dust storm making them ugly. Yeah. The Brotherhood, they've added the cool power armor assets, which look just kind of silly with them one-arming those guns. Since I played last, which hasn't been that long, they've added in assets for ships, which I've been very impressed with. Just because I'm complaining doesn't mean I have anything but admiration for the amount of work that this team has done. And continues to do. What are you going to do to the Western Brotherhood? So, we don't have a direct way to declare war on them. We do have a random event that they will get a decision to... Oh, let's see. They have an event that happens once you finish a certain focus, and I forget which one it does, that triggers an event in the New California Republic where the NCR gets to decide if they peacefully deal with seemingly rogue Brotherhood agents, or if you react and attack the Brotherhood outright. Depending on the situation you're in, if you attack the Brotherhood, you can annex them. If you go peacefully, then the Brotherhood might help you in a war against Caesar's Legion, but it's a little rough right now. You don't actually get a casus belli against them. You don't actually get to just straight up declare war. Which is really one of the great limitations of the NCR, but the NCR and the canon of the game in the context of the Fallout universe is an expansionist. It's colonialist. So they want to colonize this, and they want to, you know, colonize this, but they don't necessarily want to integrate this into the NCR. You have to convince them to do that if you're playing as an NCR faction character. Well, thanks for following, Booty Warrior. Again, it'll pop up here in a bit. I'm gonna put in a cut here. I'm gonna keep streaming, don't worry about it. But if you're watching on YouTube... Oh, God, I hate this one. I hate this one. If you're watching on YouTube, you know the deal. More episode will be up tomorrow. Another episode will be up tomorrow. Till then, make sure to comment, like, share, subscribe, all that nonsense. Till then, toodaloo, take care, and yeah. I think what I'm gonna do for the Baron War is the military intervention one. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have gone down Baja Integration Act just to see what this does. Because if this annexes the Baja states, this is really good. If it just creates another puppet, see, there it is. If it just creates another puppet, then bleh, not into it. The NCR buyout, man, there's some localization problems in here, but whatever, that's not a hard fix. Construction speed is really good. Baron buyout, so you can either decrease how bad it is, get rid of it here, get rid of it immediately by losing civilian factories, get some outposts, which are okay, national unity bonus, which is actually pretty useful in the inevitable civil war you might have, and organized rationing gives monthly population, so I think this is good. No, I'm sticking around. I was just cutting it for YouTube, because what I do is I stream, and then instead of cutting up the stream later on, I just cut up it into hour segments now, so I don't have to do anything in post, because laziness is God. Then this brings in the Brotherhood, which gives you nothing. You give the Western Brotherhood military access, Western Brotherhood gets more resources, and you improve relations with them. But because we could go to war with them, the NCR buyout's my preferred option here. Now, truth be told, the first time I played through the NCR, I didn't build Rangers at all. What I went for was just straight up infantry, and that's, well, it's doable. What am I doing? Yeah, long 15, good. So they just got done. Long 15, Mojave Subjugation. Keep that going. Yeah. I'd really love to see more dynamic wars. This is really good for the first 5 years, but after that, it kind of spirals out of canon very quickly, which makes sense, right? But I'd love to see like scripts set up where like, okay, if Washington Brotherhood borders New California Republic, then fire this event with a mean time to happen of X number of months. Or if Western Brotherhood borders Washington Brotherhood, have an event that fires, etc., etc., etc. That's not hard to do. Those events are pretty easy to do. The country that owns San Francisco is the Shi. I mean, this would be pronounced Zhu, but I think they're the Shi in Fallout 1? Right? Fallout 1? Fallout 2? I can't remember. They're weird. They're Chinese refugees who were a technologically advanced faction run by an AI, if I remember right. They're kind of weird. The original Fallout had some interesting choices for faction design, let's say. Like the whole bit where people in a post-apocalyptic wasteland turn tribal? Okay, kinda makes sense. For some reason, those tribes looking like indigenous communities? Kinda weird. kind of an odd choice. But, you know, okay. Yeah. I'm starting to think that that debuff is designed around you playing on normal difficulty, not you playing on veteran difficulty like we were doing, because yeah, it's weird that they don't nerf the NCR more. I don't know, their project. And if you're playing as a country who's not the NCR or Caesar's Legion, it doesn't happen. It's just to make it a little bit harder for players. But artificial difficulty's dumb. Work within existing game mechanics to make it happen. The Shy don't get their own idea tree right now. This is a generic tree. You have an option as the Western Brotherhood to deal with them somewhere. Where is that? Strip Silicon... yeah. This whole train, right? Yeah, Caesar Arroyo, Silicon Valley. You can either attack them and annex them, which is possible but a little difficult, or puppet them. And if you puppet them, you get access to the Tien 85 fighter, which is the best fighter in the game. The Tien 85 looks just sexy as hell. It's real good. I haven't used Zeppelins at all in the game. I've stuck with pretty generic stuff. Vertibirds are okay, but normal fighters are better. Kind of mixed feelings about how that works. Let's do this. To keep doing those ideas. Attack, yep, and this should be over like instantly. Yep. There goes Novak. And as soon as Novak pulls, it take all states and turns done. Let's get more monthly population, even though it's kind of worthless for us because we have so many dudes. So you'll notice, a thing that I didn't do this time is upgrading our division template, because that slowed down our unit production. The troops that the Legion had willing to bet were as tiny combat width as the troops that we're using right now. The mouth of the Mojave, set atop a high hill, one can find the outpost. The Mojave outpost might be one of my favorite locations in the Mojave. Just going up here is such a... It feels cool, like it feels like you're on the border of, like, beyond those doors lies, like, a great expanse. Oh, fuck. Brotherhood repel attack. I've never seen this before. So, having failed, gained information, they were prepared for an attack, managed to assemble. Sadly, the attack had been turned against us, seen as, interesting. So does that start a border conflict on our side, or do we just not... Are we just not able to push it further? I'm impressed. Little not happy about it, but I'm impressed. Ah, here we go. Clash with Brotherhood guerrillas. Nope, we just start a border war. So, oh, okay. So if they win this, they'll get that. Okay. I'd really like to play as that Brotherhood faction and win, but the way you would have to do it is, you know, the NCR, and I haven't been trying to increase our numbers, easily gets 48,000 troops, or 48 divisions. You have to just start pumping out terrible divisions and throwing them on this line. Because military strength is the way that this is estimated. It's 100% in our favor. Yeah, victory. Wait, I won that. Did they take land? No, I did. Old World Wall, let's go grab that. I don't want any defeat in the new California Republic. What? But I won? But I outnumbered them. they won over here for some reason.
Hey.
It might have been that it was in, yeah, draw the line. So, border conflict over here.
Yeah?
Don't I do this smart this time so that we can start pushing them back and redraw the line over here. There we go. Oh, and we just took like everything all at once. Okay, that seems a little bugged. just a little bit. It's, again, a really good mechanic, and I'm glad that they have it in a game because it's a good way to express the kind of skirmishes between the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel and the NCR without outright war. And like we were seeing there, if you manage the NCR improperly, like I'm doing, you can actually win with them. Not amazingly, but you can. For a short while, at least. Bullion factory is not really important. This is infrastructure. Nah. I don't really want to do anything with this military or political power right now. Draw the line.
What's up?
Delete that. I need a front that goes from here. Okay, yeah, just the whole thing, I guess. Because you don't seem to be understanding what I want you to do here, game, but that's okay. We should be... Yeah, our military strength greatly outnumbers theirs. I wonder where that went. Over a wall, bam. Let's go down the rest of these ideas so that we can actually keep this. I have no idea what happened last time, which makes it hard to learn from our mistakes if we don't know what our mistakes were, right? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Let's get this dude. The industrial concern. Yeah, let's get H&H Tool Company because we are researching a lot of industrial tech more than we are military tech, which is probably not a mistake. Is this over now? I think this is over now. I don't think you pushed them all the way back to Hidden Valley. It'd be quite cool if you did. Oh, so what the fuck is this airfield? Since when is there an airfield in there? I find this suspicious. We're with twin mothers. RIP. Nothing can be done for them. River Patrol. Yeah. Assimilated Centurions. Yeah, the Legion could be fun to play as. I hated the Legion in New Vegas. Absolutely refused to ever side with them. I kept on trying because I'm a completionist and I like to see every aspect of every game that I play, if I like it, anyway. It would seem like a waste to miss out on it, but it was really hard to bring myself to do it, so I just continuously did it. Independent Vegas is apparently the canonical ending. Allegedly the canonical ending, which is... okay, I guess. I mean, it does set up an interesting power dynamic, a strong centralized little entity down here, forming an interesting buffer state between the NCR and Caesar's Legion, getting rid of the NCR as like the devs' favorite country, keeping Caesar's Legion in play, keeping potential for fun drama in the future there, but without committing either way. I don't know. Expand Ranger stuff? Now, here are the Mojave. Let's just do all of the Mojave decisions, just to be sure. Unexpected heroes, a ribbon from Mojave expedition, a common man named Aaron Kimball. Gained fame for numerous victories and important rousing speeches. Such a man could go far in this world with right ambitions. But for now, he's both the hero of the NCR and the Mojave. Yeah, doesn't Aaron Kimball become president? Yeah, Aaron Kimball definitely becomes president. And we get to choose later on who becomes president, but canonically, it'd be your boy Kimball. Dat Kimbodo. I'm willing to bet we... No, we don't. Okay. Gonna say, I'm willing to bet we have civilian factories we should be building, but we don't. Militarize the strip. Get Prim up there. I want a new Fallout game. I really want to be back in the West setting. Fallout 4 was okay. It was no New Vegas, though. And I know I'm not alone in that opinion. It was pretty. The settlement system was interesting.
Yeah?
It seemed half-assed, honestly. Like, it seemed like, oh, this is a cool idea if it were really developed and dug into. Like, you only had one community that you really developed, and you set up trade routes with outposts and something like that. It made that one community really important, but instead it was just like dime a dozen communities, all exactly the same, with no real differentiation between roles and anything else. Now, some mods for Fallout 4, particularly Sim Settlements, comes to mind, really helps to distance itself from the mistakes made by the base game. But, you know, it was an interesting idea, and all the more credit to the folks at Bethesda who set it into motion, because it's a cool idea. Arguably poorly executed, but a cool idea. Ah, we need more support equipment. Alright, get me more of that. The Ranger Corps. There we go. Since we clearly have enough basic firearms and support equipment seems to be the problem, let's just bump that boy up. We should be researching better anti-tank rifles, but it's not like the Legion have anything that anti-tank rifles will be useful against. We don't need Heart Attack to take on a bunch of club-wielding savages. And Mechanized will help us move faster. What are you doing? Cult of Naz, you are attacking Twin Mother still? How the hell are you alive? I'm impressed. Don't get me wrong. Just also confused. So March 2278 is when the Brahmin Baron conflict is going to pop up again. And because Caesar's Legion isn't buffed out the ass, they're not done conquering this and focusing on ideas meant to take us out yet. So that's cool. No, I'm not expecting this to be a hard campaign. Like, the game emphasized this is easy mode. But I wasn't playing this for a challenge, I was playing this to emphasize how much work has gone into this, how much there is to see here. Mount Thorn. Nope, name. Isn't something else normally here? No? Maybe not.
Hey.
Can't justify war goals. Which way did you go? No, you went the NCR route. Okay, fair enough.
What's up?
Finish. Nope. 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 Okay.
What's up?
Alright, Mossman. Split this in half. Go there. You, my man, Hanlon. Hanlon, he's my man. If he can't do it, no one else can. Alright, let's go front up here. Give you. We get you. Let's get another 24 going here. And this should be more than enough to take them out. I will upgrade the quality and combat width of these divisions once they're actually built, but right now we're just trying to put bodies on the line. It's buff or no buff, they still have 79 to 147 armies. Or divisions. Wah wah Baron conflict. I'm amazed that they're holding out. Okay, modified government. Still don't want to do anything with this. The only way you can really get rid of undisturbed isolation is if you're at war with the Legion. They're the only enemy country that I think has more than 20% of New California Republic's total number of factories, particularly when you, like me, are building factories. Then again, the Western Brotherhood may qualify. May qualify. Working. Don't actually want to research the real metalworking tech, because we are not going to make use of it at all. Emergency Council, military intervention. Get rid of that debuff immediately. Our Navy's patrolling, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, good. Not huge. John Early. Definitely not a generic name randomly generated. Nope. Nope, definitely not. I meant to assign you to the dam, and then I didn't. Guerrilla tactics, cool. Guerrilla tactics, it's done. We can start working on service rifles. Oh, service rifles are going to be a nice change of pace. Goddess Diana, yeah. In order to ensure the large-scale situation of violence occurs in the north again. In order to ensure that a large-scale situation of violence occurs in the north again. No, doesn't occur in the north again. Does not occur in the north again. Missing some pretty important words in this description. The NCR military set about establishing a number of permanent military installations, each which shall be in charge of patrolling and ensuring. You just spelled ensure two different ways. E-N-S-U-R-E, I-N-S-U-R. Pick one. Spell it right or spell it wrong, but do it consistently. Each of which shall be in charge of patrolling and ensuring the obedience of the barons that remain. And again, the damn baron apostrophe S. You fix your damn localization files. It's not that hard. It's really just typing in things in a grammatically correct error. You need a copy editor. This mod and so many other mods of Paradox needs more copy editors too. Brahmin Bill. Brahmin Bill is a piece of legislature that has overwhelming support from the citizens of the NCRs. It officially breaks the monopoly. The various Brahmin barons who are required to sell their produce to NCR's government at a vastly reduced price. National unity is nice, but hopefully unnecessary. And more in it for the population bonus. Yeah, give me that. Excuse me? Oh! Yeah, I didn't pick a location for this, huh? Yeah. Okay, so you're all assigned here, though half of you are assigned there. You are going to break into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go on that line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are going to go on that line. Nah, there we go. Beautiful.
What is it?
Carefully execute, carefully execute, carefully execute, and carefully execute. Go into national focus, organized rationing. The food produced in the north of the NCR is now being distributed with intense military oversight, with the amount being sent to each region of the NCR being based heavily on need. No more shall large sections of the nation border on starvation while the barons make their fortunes. Post-apocalyptic communism, boys. Yeah, I must have researched something that let me... Yeah, whatever, this is fine. Am I trading with anyone? Probably not. I don't see trade being used very much in this mod, but I've also kind of been ignoring it for the most part. So we can't do Kimball's protege, we can't do assault on Hoover Dam, because they have to attack us first. Oh. If Caesar's legion owned the dam, we would assault it. Ah. Interesting. Okay. Nope. Misread that. General Ranger Mossman. Let's read down this. General Ranger Mossman has something of a disdain for the average soldier in the NCR and views him as an awkward, blunt tool, better for pinning down an enemy than actually accomplishing anything in particular. To this end, he believes in the expanded and increased importance of the Rangers, and instead puts much of his funding towards improving them. New Ranger Corps. The increased funding diverted from that usually given to the NCR's common army has had a notable impact on Rangers in general. Superior facilities and the lion's share. You don't need to capitalize lion here unless you're referring to, like, Northern Lion. Share of able-bodied recruits has enabled them to, again, wrong too, grow in number and quality, with propaganda stating again and again that the Ranger Corps has never been stronger. Rangers lead the way. Rangers are, above all other things, special forces capable of infiltration and reconnaissance. General Ranger Mossman employs a relatively simple approach to large-scale engagement, one that involves using Rangers, scout ahead of a major body of infantry in order to assess the ideal location for an engagement to counter any and all moves and enemy might make. Ranger can openers. Ranger General Mossman. Do all of these start with Ranger General Mossman? Ranger General Mossman. This one doesn't. Ranger General. No, just the first and the last one. Okay. Ranger General Mossman, like many within the NCR Rangers, feel that the Brotherhood of Steel, that should be capitalized because that's a proper noun. Brotherhood of Steel should be capitalized. Are easily the most dangerous threat the NCR faces to this date. A thorn in the side of the Republic. Republic should be capitalized because that's a proper noun here. Who use their advanced technology to bully the common folk of the NCR. To this end, special drills and tactics are being developed by the Rangers, informally referred to, again wrong too, as can opener techniques. I'm gonna feel like a real dick if the person who wrote the ESL file, or the localization files for this is ESL, like not a native English speaker, because the grammar is wrong, but it reads like it speaks. English is a hell of a language. So many stupid technicalities. Now, I think you can... How do you block... You block crossings by, leaving a navy in there, right? Not just having it patrol, but having it literally block that off. So, that's something I can do down here. Though our navy's only big enough to block... nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Could block all but one of these. It is odd that naval units aren't referred to in later Fallout games. There are boats in the NCR, or what will become the NCR, in the older games, but they're just not talked about after a certain point. Expand Ranger Headquarters. We read this last time. For expedience's sake, I'll just read through that real quick. I have so much political power. What is this a picture of? Old Guard. Is that Power Armor? I mean, it's your law. Oh, that's a loud dog. Yeah, feeling like there's something I should be doing with this, but that I can't figure out what it is. Well, let's... close air support. No, fuck. I want it all weather. Yep, replace them. Good thing I don't need that political power anyway. Service rifles are ready, so we can start switching over to those. Let's improve our defense. Again, Legion doesn't look like they're attacking us yet. Oh, they're conquering... Conqueror the 86. No, you're potentially right about to. Never mind! Because I don't know what I'm talking about. Give me service... Can I customize these? Nah. Common firearms. Yeah. Okay, cool. But, wouldn't it be cool if, you weren't trash? What about that? What if not garbage? Combat with 20, save. It's gonna take a long time for this to reinforce. Yeah? You are... still preparing. Okay, that's why you're not into it. Cool. we just finished the Rubicon, didn't we? No. Maybe not. We're going down for this so we can buff our Rangers even more. Now we have numerical parity with them. So playing on a harder difficulty might be a good way to balance this out, just from the difficulties of veteran difficulty, or the impediments of veteran difficulty. I think that the built-in, oh, you're playing as the NCR, you want to make everything around you bullshit option is bad, because it makes the Western Brotherhood fucking horrifying. And it makes Caesar's Legion nigh invincible. They're probably not actually invincible, but I feel like you would have to use very gamey mechanics to beat them at that point, and that is not what makes a game fun for me. Not at all. So frankly, I think the end of this campaign is when we take out the Legion. Yep. War for Hoover Dam. Is it going straight for War for Hoover Dam? Oh, no. Okay. So I'm gonna save before this triggers, just to see why we're not getting notifications for it. What? Fuck. Oh, okay. So this is what I was talking about, where you can go to war with the Western Brotherhood. We're playing on an easier difficulty, right? Recently an NCR patrol found a large number of Brotherhood soldiers and scribes inhabiting a building at the heart of the Boneyard. Down here. Attempts to figure out what they're doing have been fruitless. When asked to leave, they decline violently. Already a few NCR soldiers have died for trespassing, and we're reaching a breaking point. Well, because we're right about at war with Caesar's Legion, we should send a messenger to the NCR, or to the Western Brotherhood, to figure out what the fuck is going on. With this, Ranger reorganization is what I really want here. Brotherhood response. Our message has come back shaken but unharmed. Message he carries from the Brotherhood is blunt and to the point. Our soldiers were acting without orders. They must have gone AWOL over something important, believe them or not. One thing is certain, the Brotherhood soldiers we found were in a West Tech facility. Extended olive branch, or we can't trust them. So, olive branch because we're about to go to war. This is how you go to war with the Western Brotherhood. But I'd rather not. Extend that olive branch and hope. How long until this is done? Quite a while. I'm not seeing... Spineless. Okay. I'm not seeing if they're going to respond or not. That, which is unfortunate because I can't really tell if that means that the event chain is broken, as in the mod just is rough around the edges there, or if I picked an option that ended the chain, or if they said no to something which then ended the chain. It's a little tough to figure out what exactly is going on there. Which is to be expected. Early days. Early days. Okay. I'm saving here to see if we get an event at all. Okay. Justification. So... okay, we get an event if we're victorious. If we're not victorious, we get no event about being defeated. We just lose this, and then they start justifying the next thing. So this should be an event that fires, and this is a bug. This should be an event that fires for both of us. Defense of O'Neill Landing. Yeah, push them back, boys. Ah, cool. After our victory at the dam, our forces have continued on to Bonelli, hoping to wipe out the Legion's assault once and for all. Our general reports great success in the area around Bonelli Landing is now under NCR control. Hooverdam.10.a. That needs to be fixed. Jesus Christ, you take that entire thing, huh? Alright. Good. Fuck the Legion. Ranger reorganization is done, so our Rangers are at peak shape. Triumphant Expedition. Following the NCR's victory at Hoover Dam, the Mojave expedition has been recalled with thousands of troops returning home. However, to replace them come thousands more here to reinforce the border against the threat to the east now and forever. These are NCR lands. Beautiful. Mojave fortification. Caesar may have been beaten once, but he'll almost certainly be back. Yet when he comes, he'll find Mojave a far tougher nut to crack, as we have set about fortifying key positions for his inevitable return. He shall find men and women of the NCR waiting for him and his barbaric legion. Still need them to go to war with me so I can power to the people. The NCR's control over the Hoover Dam, it's an advantage that cannot be understated. For now, even landlines are being established between it and Shady Sands. The massive undertaking will eventually help to relieve the energy requirements for one of the largest cities on Earth and supply us with a healthy surplus. So what this does is it moves it from the Hoover Dam to Shady Sands. I don't really know what point that serves, if any, but sure, let's do it. Done. And now we can do the new hardline. The bear has been awoken, and now she comes. Been awoken, and now she comes. Let there be retribution for the fallen, the enslaved, and those too weak to stand up for themselves. Let there be hope for the future, the forgotten, and the downtrodden. Let there be victory for the people of the Mojave, should be capitalized, mankind, and the new California Republic. Caesar, we come for you. Not only will we will it. Okay, not only because we will it, but because we must. Okay, yeah, God, that needs a touch-up. Just a slight touch-up. NCR Rangers. What if we made this a 40 combat with division? How about that? We'll just save that. I'm just doubling the number of troops I have in the field. What? Why did we lose this? Oh, that must have been crossing the Colorado. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so you losing this is hard-coded.
An honor to speak with you, sir.
No.
What is it?
Delete that. All of you go on there. You also extend to that. They'll be on that border anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So, by that I mean, extend to there. I'll just keep an eye on it. Oh no, justification against us. A worthy foe. Not if I declare war on you first. You're all set to... Good. Carefully execute. Wow, the Broken Coast actually declared war on someone. Cool. In my heart, without a love of mine.
What's up?
Just what I was there for. You sing a prayer for someone I really could care for. Sure, that's arbitrary enough. For me. But please adore me. Setting up offensive orders. I'm no longer alone. Jesus Christ, our manpower's taking a hit. And I can't go up to limited conscription because I'm not at war. Fair enough. What about now, game? Can I do it now? I'm gonna do that to get more recruitable population. I'm gonna declare worst. I will declare worst. No, I will declare first because fuck you. You won't get to declare war on me. You won't get to kill me. Only I kill me. I want you to cross, you to cross, you to cross, you to cross, you to cross. This is not going to go well. I think they significantly outnumber us to a point where we'll be at a minor disadvantage on this front. Oh, hey, yeah, get called into the war, son. Thank you. What? Nelson? Why were you able to cross it, Nelson? Okay, so this is one thing that this mod does. Our fleet doesn't have access to that location. Excuse you? Why not? Is this... Why do I not have access to that location? Okay, I was gonna say, I have naval supremacy here, how are they able to cross? I don't know why I don't have naval supremacy. That one's garbage. Alright, we have too many dudes.
Yeah? What's up? Yeah?
3, 4, 5, 6. Assign that. Assign that. There we go. Not great. Alright, fine. Execute normally, execute normally. It's a lack of infrastructure, and me making these fucking massive is killing our supply here. This is an issue with Hearts of Iron in general. So they had a front when they took Caesar's Landing here, but then the front did not expand to this crossing for whatever stupid reason. So they took this and then immediately don't leave anyone here to fortify the landing, even though they should.
Hey.
There we go.
You dirty coward.
I shouldn't have changed your combat with... Oh, this is embarrassing. Okay, fine. Fine, 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 fine. Remove. 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 I made them too big. Oh, no, it's still too big. Better save. Yeah, now we actually have manpower to reinforce with, although that probably won't save this mess.
What's up?
But it means they can actually push? No? No? Apparently not.
Yeah?
Gross.
I've got one.
Aggressive. So, you know, generally, it's a horrible idea to rearrange your division template a month before going to war. But, I'd a gaff. This is just my bullshit. This is ugly as hell. I want you to go here, go here, go here.
Hey. I'm just here for you, sir.
You don't have orders? Yeah, of course not. Why would you have orders when you were assigned orders? What? Okay, Search and destroy. No, okay. Knock yourself out, I guess. I have no idea what's happening there. Barons of the NCR, Mayora's speech. This was humiliating and embarrassing. Not that those words don't mean the exact same thing which they do, but hey. We lost way too much here. Luckily, that's fine. Yeah, I threw this real hard. Ooh, wow, that was quite a while ago. What was this? Oh, this was before the fall of the dam. So, what happened there? Well, because I set divisions to be twice the size that they were, check this out. So, right now, they're all full organization. But if I give them twice as many troops, which I did, all of them are half organization, they eat twice as much supply and have twice as much everything else. Which is a problem when you're playing in a post-apocalyptic wasteland with poor supply everywhere. As of this, we'd win the war no problem. The way I did it, we got our head kicked in because we couldn't supply things. Yeah, rally the troops. Take that. Exact same thing happens. I'll still declare on the Legion preemptively because it's funnier that way. Ranger reorganization, right? Ranger propaganda can wait until after I declare war. Yeah.
What's up?
Really? You can take this? That'd be very good.
Honored
You
to
can
speak
take
with you, sir.
this. That'd be great. You can do
What's
that.
up?
You know, that. Be delightful on you. Just some of that. Yeah, good. What the fuck is up with our navy? Okay, you're being rebased. Cottonwood Cove, maybe? Yeah, Cottonwood Cove. So, control right click to set this as your home base, go there. What happened before is they have an event that just gives them this, and for some reason, after they took that, our ships couldn't make it through here anymore. Which allowed them to make a naval landing, which started fucking with our supplies. Weird. Also, that we got no warning about it is something I'm very much a fan of, definitely. Oh, they're going down something completely different this time. Odd. Yeah, I threw away all of our manpower trying to make our divisions needlessly larger because their combat width is terrible. 5 to 9 each, whereas ours are, yeah, a little better. A little better. Wah, wah. How long has it been? Oh, not even 3 hours. Nope. Now, one thing that I should have done, I should have considered, is building an Air Force. I don't think they have any planes, dude. Yeah, of course you do. Of course you have planes, because your standard Hearts of Iron AI, you're not, over-bluesed out yet. I honestly think they should cut Air Forces altogether. With some exceptions, meaning like a bomber here and there, or a few vertibirds here and there, they don't play a huge role in the Fallout franchise. While they might be a fit, they're a rough fit. So here, click Annex now, give me Ranger propaganda, and watch this shit just explode. Yeah, you get called into our war. Oh hey, I cleared this, and I'm winning here. And, well, I'd be winning here if they were actually attacking, so let's
What is it?
help the AI out here.
Hey. Hello.
Boom!
Hey.
Okay, so, delete that.
Yeah?
All of you assigned to that. Alright, and I still
Hey.
even have you on casual, or, cautious. No, no need to be cautious. We're just gonna fuck up the Legion here. Half of you go here. Cool. see this border and how horrendously ugly it is? Wouldn't it be cool if, like, it wasn't? I think that'd be cool. Go assign to that. Go. You fix that. You fix that. Yeah, you're good. Godspeed. This is how the war should have gone, but instead my dumbass went and fucked with the division template and just threw the war. Womp womp. Why isn't this going all the way to the... Oh, there it goes. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, and you immediately fell into a civil war. Civil war happens to Caesar's legion when Caesar dies. Between Melanius, Vulpes, and occasionally some other people. But Vulpes' legion fell? Okay.
Honor to speak.
Well, okay, this is supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be this easy.
Hey,
And really, I don't know if it's supposed to be easy. It just happens to be easy. What? 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 Excuse you? No, you're right. God forbid we be at war with the Caesar's Legion. No Wargle, huh? Right, then we'll just... Is that... Red Sun City used to be mine? What? Red Sun... I have a core on Red Sun City. What the fuck? You... What? Okay, whatever. Whatever. It's fine.
hey,
Alright, blue boys, you're back up here. Purple, you're back down here.
what's up?
Orange, you are here, here, and there, and I'm just gonna split this in half, and split that in half, and that's not perfect, but it's whatever. And perps go set up a new front, and set up a new front there. Dope. So, I'll assign to that front, yeah. Let's go ahead and assign to that front, and just letting the clock run for
Honor
you.
to speak with you.
Because I'm gonna have to hit up some orders while we fabricate claims, because apparently annexation wars end as soon as civil wars are over, because that makes sense. Thanks
Yeah?
for following Pulsifier, or Pulsifer. We'll see it here in a second, don't worry. Streamlabs is just having a day.
Uh-huh.
Dope, and then blue boys just cuts through to the south. Beautiful borders. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. Okay, well, because their armies are just gonna be fucking decimated by the Civil War. Not even decimated, divided in two, not just reduced by 1/10. I'm just gonna click onto that, mayoral victory speech. There it is! Yeah, see, it took a minute, huh? That was some shit, yeah. It takes a while. This is a really fun mod. If you're new to it, playing as New California Republic is a good way to get your legs under you. Caesar's Legion has a bit of more of an uphill battle going on, so they're pretty interesting. I definitely suggest keeping an eye on this mod because I expect more great things to come from them. This is barely a month old at this point. We're still very early alpha, so some of these bugs I've been running into are very forgivable, very understandable. Some of the weird balance issues will be ironed out in time. I'll be fine. Homestead slaves. So what do you get if you, yeah, Lanius. You get Immortal Empire, which gives you non-core manpower 40%. Okay, that's not that bad. I'm like, this one's amazing because it gets rid of the rejection of automation. This just makes a bunch of stuff cores, which is cool. This is trash. So this one's okay, this one's better, and this one's the best. Some of these technologies, like 12.77mm conversion kits, super fatigues, armored breastplate, NCR patrol armor, are unique to factions. I think the NCR is the only one to date that actually has them. But it's a cool thing that they're doing with this mod, making certain tech trees specialized depending on who you play as. That's a thing in Hearts of Iron 4 by itself, but it's asking a lot of modders to do the same thing. Alright, let's go down this. Grant C. Hayes has had a small obsession with baseball since he played it while growing up in rural Baja. He believes that it could be a viable icon around which to rally while rebuilding the city, and he has personally put his own wealth towards revitalizing an old stadium in the heart of the city. It's pretty damn good for just one baseball stadium. Okay, so here you fuckers go. Okay, and these got moved because I don't know why you went back to the hub, but that's fine. Hey, know how you don't know that you should be attacking? Maybe you should be attacking them. Hey. Yep, call those boys back in. No. I'm gonna do front there. All of you are stuck there. Half of you, go here, go here, go here. Cut off the supply there. That'll make this easier to take. Don't worry about it. Okay, now it's cut off from supply. This will be really easy to take. Whatever. You got this, AI. You got this. I don't need the mic for this. I mean, I can. But it looks like you got it. Although you're doing kind of a shit job right here. There you go. This is such a small front. It's fine. War's against us, huh? Are you justifying war against me? A worthy foe. Really? Okay. No, it's fine. Just have you go here? Sure. What we really need to do is grow the width of this border so I can have all nearly 100,000 of these troops. Yeah. The Western Brotherhood are pretty fun to play as. They are a safe way to start the game out. You might end up with the NCR pissed off at you, but it's pretty easy. Arroyo, it's worth playing some of these with generic idea trees because the generic idea trees are so cool. There's a generic idea tree for, tribes. Here we go. I forgot the word tribes. For general, like... I don't even know what to call these. But raiders, tribes, and then, like, normal factions all have different idea trees, which are pretty interesting. The, Washington Brotherhood are overpowered as hell. I highly recommend playing them before they get fixed. They're a lot of fun. The League. Although gathering support has been a challenge, Hayes has begun the process of founding his baseball league. This primarily involves getting wealthy individuals or cities throughout the NCR to sponsor and train their own teams, which they can put towards the fledgling propaganda machine. Yeah, this is... don't get me wrong, these front lines are fucking disgusting. Like, real gross, and I'm sorry, but it's working well enough. You know what? Oh, I'm only selecting the same 24, yeah. And all y'all get in here. Yeah, let's... Hanwin, you my boy, but... Okay. Let's just... let's do this the right way. Just throw them all underneath the field marshal. If you're gonna throw them on one giant front, instead of being smart and breaking them down into smaller fronts, just do it this way. Alright, there we go. Godspeed. What happened here? Why is this broken off? No.
Yeah?
God damn it. Alright, you know what? Let's go south. Let's go south instead. The real damnably annoying thing is that our front almost certainly is going to get broken as soon as we get up here. Because the new Wasteland provinces break front lines kind of badly. It's fine. It's a work in progress. Oh, it's been 3 hours. So I'm going to keep streaming. Don't worry. This is just a cut for YouTube. But it's been the end of an hour, so I'm going to cut this recording here for YouTube. If you are watching, you probably know the deal by now. Stop by again tomorrow for more of this. Until then, make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, all that bullshit. Till then, toodaloo, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!